Hello guys, welcome back to Tomato GFX. Here is our 18th lecture in our series, and today we are going to talk about stroke and everything about strokes and stroke panel so you can understand and work with strokes more betterly. And today's lecture will be going to boost your stroke a level above everyone else. So let's get started, and you can watch the previous lectures in the playlist. So do check them out and share, subscribe, and support. So, welcome back to the magical world of Illustrator. So, as we can see, our stroke panel is here, and I'll be creating some lines over here to give you some examples how stroke going to work. So, on our first point, we have cap. First is weight. Weight can be increased or decreased like this. After that, we have caps. Caps are of three types, like if you can see, this is a cap. So if we select our first cap, which is butt cap, and it's not butt cap, so it just pin down all the areas and it will end at the stroke ending, which is the basic cap we all use. And I personally use the rounded cap because appeals me more better and gives me more vibes with my posters, because no one noticed that much, but this is what our second cap named as, which is round cap. And after that we have projecting cap, which is similar to our base cap. So I'll be just copying this to all the lines over here, and I'll be applying all the, so here's a butt cap, there's a projecting cap, and this is our, so as you can see, these all segments are of equal sizes, but the main difference is the ending cap. So our first cap is sliced on the edge of our stroke. After that we have round cap, which is rounded at the end, and this is the best we can use if we are using lines in a specific manner. And after that we have projection butt cap, so it will just project itself moreover from the stroke, little bit moreover. So this was about caps in stroke. I hope you have understood. After that we have our corners. So what we can do here is we can choose what type of corner we need. So if I just make it a basic shape, you can see it has a sharp corner over here. But what if I need a round corner over here? That's not of a use, but sometimes it helps us for creating some strokes round here on the corners. And here you can see it is little bit edgy. So I will help you to know where are they used. So if we are using a pen tool and we just clicked over here, clicked over here, clicked over here, here you can see these are some sharp edges over here. Right now the rounded corner is used. What if I click on our meter joint? So these cuts will be sharp on the edges, and if I click on round, it will be basic round, and if I click on this, that will be cut it in half. There's a different use on every occasion. So in rectangles we use this meter joint, and on strokes we use this round joint. Everything has its own place, so you should respect it. So this was corners, and after that we have our align stroke. Align stroke is very easy, and it tells us that how would you align your stroke with your created rectangle. So this path, this blue path you can see over here, this is the center line. And if I just change the orientation or alignment of stroke with it, it can be inside this line, it can be outside this line, or it can be in the center of this line. This is how you arrange the alignment of stroke with your line, and it will only work in closed shape, and it also have its limitations and use. So as we succeeded caps, corners, and aligned strokes, our next section is dashes, and it is very important and very useful tool. I always use it very precisely. So I'll be sharing some tricks and codes also here. So for example of dashes, I have brought a rectangle here back. So if I just click on simply dashes, it will create a dashes, and Here you can see we haven't provided the gap. So if we provide a equal gap with 4, this will increase the gaps between the line. And if we just decrease 4 to 1, it will be similar to circular. And if we just set it to 0, it will be completely dots. So this is how stroke dashes affect itself, and you can play with it very much. And I have a pattern for this. Like if I just click on 0 and make it again 8, you know, you can see there will be no changes in it. But as I slowly increase the dash size of the second one, you will notice a pattern. And this is the pattern people wait eagerly, because this is something different from normal strokes and normal dashes. We can increase it, we can decrease it, we can change the spacing between them. I mainly prefer that the gap should be equal so that the uniformness of the stroke stays equal. And these dash lines also affects the gaps between everything, because if you increase the width too much, like this, the gaps and dashes will be removed and you won't be seeing something good. So you should appropriately set the width of stroke according to the dash lines. So here you can see I have set gap to 8 and dashes to 0. So I'm setting something between it, so I get a preferred good amount of stroke distance. After that, we have arrowheads, and you might have seen arrowheads in our brushes section, but for now, I'll be just explaining it quickly. So, arrowheads are simply creating arrows like this, and it has a tail, so we can just choose a tail also like this. So it's a simple technique, and right now you can see at the ending of stroke, the arrow line is ending. So if I just click on this button over here, ending will be like more delayed, or after the stroke ends, the ending will end. So it is preferred to use this in some cases, and you can use this in any stroke. Like if I just we just deselecting this and creating a new stroke, and I'll be just adding a arrow here, and see, you can use it anywhere. It is just like a brushes, but pre-made brushes for Illustrator. And you can increase and decrease the scales. So if I just click on this, I scale it to 50%. So arrow front will be 50%. And if I just scale this to around 10, it will be 10 like this. Very small, you can see. You can experiment on these values by your own. So you can add stroke gaps here also. So if I click on dashes over here, I can just customize my arrow also. In brushes, you were not having that customizability of arrows, so you can use it here. You won't be able to use it there. And at last, we have uniform profiles and all. So you remember these profile, I guess. So you can just edit it with this tool over here, or work with anything you like throughout this part. So you can just change the alignments also, like you can just reverse the points like this. Totally depends on you. So this was our basic stroke panel, and now I'll be just adding some few points on strokes by appearance panel. So if I click on appearance panel, you can see we have added a stroke over here, black stroke. Now if I add one more stroke over here and just click on it, make it yellow, keep in mind that this stroke which I'm adding will be a complete copy of its beloved original stroke. So if I just click on this stroke panel, and I just uncheck dashes, and now I just make it red or anything which will easily be visible right now. Okay, yeah. green is better. And I can increase the size of it. And as you can see over here, we can stack our stroke effects as much as you like. So I can add so many strokes over here. I can just apply an effect on this stroke. So I'll be just applying offset path. So if I just offset it with 10 meters over here and meter limit to 4. So this is offsetted in the center like this. And if I change the color of this, well, blue, you can see we have different properties, different styles, and you can apply all of them on single stroke and make many things. So I guess you have understood how stroke will be impacting your designs, and you can just work around them very well. So one more thing, if you are using your text tool on this and if you are clicking on this, your stroke will be gone. Anything impacting your strokes will reset your stroke appearances. So take notes and just make a copy over there. So for making a copy on itself, you just go to layers, select your rectangle or anything shape, and just press alt and just drag your layers like this. And now you have a copy of it. Now you can click on it and simply add text to it and send it back, send it front, anything you want. Adjust the data, adjust your alignments, and you can also type on path. We have some path values, so you can type on paths like this. Anything you want, you can do that. So here we have some path editability, and I can just shrink down this to some certain area like this, and I can just bring my stroke in. Then I can work around it with my text tool, so I can arrange my text heights and inside outside. I have taught you this in my previous classes, so I won't be taking so long for this. You can work around this according to you. So this was strokes, and our last layer panel is left. So we'll be talking about layer panel in the next video, and I love to make these videos. So stay tuned, stay supportive, and thank you everyone for watching my videos.